Good morning, athletes. Welcome to your CrossFit Cure workout for Tuesday, August 11th. Let's go ahead and get into our warm-up today. It is a 7-minute AMRAP, so set that clock and we'll just move through as many times as we can, nice and smooth. The first one is going to be 5 Bootstrappers, so step out to a nice wide squat stance, feet as wide as your shoulders. Bend down, grab your toe, or grab the front of your foot, your toes. Try not to step on your fingers. Really shift your balance back into your midfoot, into your heel here if you can. Bring your toes up. You should be able to wiggle them. From there, you're going to drop your hips down and then straighten out the legs, okay? So 5 Bootstrappers. Then we're going to go ahead and get face down on the ground, arms out in front of us, legs out behind. We're going to do 5 Supermans. So squeezing your glutes, squeezing your hamstrings, lifting your arms and chest up off the ground, lifting your legs off the ground. We want your knees off the ground here if you can do that. Hold that for about a second, relax, and repeat for 5 Superman pulses. Then we're going to go 5 unloaded or no weight sumo stance good morning. So this time we're going to step out even wider, sumo stance. We're going to turn our toes out a little more so that our knees can track, follow those, and a soft bend to the knees, hinge forward, send that butt back a little bit, trying to keep a nice straight back. No rounding here is what we're looking for, so just go as deep as you can without rounding here, and then come back up, again, squeezing the glutes and hamstrings. It's going to kind of work a different side, a different part of those than if our feet were together. Whereas in the sumo stance, it'll be a little bit different, okay? And then 30 seconds of plate hops or jumping jacks. This is up to you. If you don't have a plate and you don't want to do jumping jacks, you can do hops in place. You can do jump rope without a rope, just moving your hands, moving your feet. Okay, just getting us warming up our calves here, okay? So 7 minutes, so once we get through that, just start back at the top, going for 7 minutes. Our workout today is called Sawshark, and this is a double Tabata with 5 minutes rest in between. So not a double, 2 Tabatas with 5 minutes rest in between. The first is going to be Tabata Dumbbell Thruster. So grab your dumbbells. We worked on dumbbell thrusters, single arm dumbbell thrusters last week, so we should be familiar with that. Let's see here. So Tabata, just as a reminder, 8 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and just repeat that all the way through. It will take 4 minutes, okay? So with our dumbbell thruster, dumbbells on our shoulders here, squat stance, dropping down into the bottom of that squat, and then this is called the thruster, so we want to be explosive here as we come up, pressing through our midfoot, squeezing our glutes and hamstrings. As soon as we feel those hips pop, we let that momentum of the dumbbells carry up overhead, and then so we don't want to press before we get to that full hip extension, and then arms come back down. As soon as our hands hit our shoulders, then we drop back down into that squat. So I don't want you bringing your squatting early as your arms are coming down, and as you're coming up, again, don't press until you get to the top of that squat part of the thruster, okay? So 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, 8 times. Then we will rest for 5 minutes, so plenty of time to recover, which should tell you that we are trying to go hard in both of these Tabatas, okay? Don't leave anything in the tank because you get plenty of rest here. Next is going to be Tabata Dumbbell Lunges. So again, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds. Both dumbbells, we can have them down at our sides. If they're heavy, if they're a little lighter, we can have them up on our shoulders. And if they are really light, let's put them up overhead. Okay, Tabata lunges with dumbbells. Just a reminder here, as we step, we're going to alternate legs every rep. As we step forward or backwards into that lunge, we want to make sure that one of our knees is directly below us. Our back leg, that knee is directly below us. Our front leg, our knee is right over our heel there, okay? And stepping up through our heel in the front foot rather than through the toe. Couple things with these Tabatas. Scoring is going to be your lowest round score. So for example, 20 seconds of Tabata thrusters, say on most of the rounds I get 10 thrusters, but maybe one round I drop down to 9, or maybe one round I'm way up at 12, okay? The score is the lowest round. So we'll record 2 scores. It will be your lowest round. But again, we're trying to go hard, so we want those numbers to be high. Don't slack off. Let's really try and push it here. Okay, that's your scores. Let's get into our accessory work, which today is Tabata hollow rock. So we've got that Tabata clock ready. Let's go one more time here. In hollow hold, laying on our back. We can also do a bent hollow hold here, so with our knees brought in, arms overhead, getting our shoulders up off the ground, getting our legs up off the ground, squeezing our abs, rounding our back. We want our low back pressed into the ground. We don't want any space, so we don't want an arched back here. We shouldn't be able to put anything under our low back, okay? And just rocking back and forth, shifting your balance forward and backward, well braced. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Stretching today is 3 to 5 sets of alternating doorway stretch. So I like to do this one just as a chest opener, going up to the door, putting my arm against it, stretch, and then alternate both arms for 30 seconds. So a little more of a dynamic stretch than static here. 10 slow wall squats. So I'm going up to the wall, giving yourself probably somewhere between 12 and 6 inches. If you're feeling really good, you can step closer, 2 to 4 inches away from the wall. Nice and slow, try and stay upright, arms overhead and squatting down to the bottom of our squat without touching the wall, okay? 10 slow wall squats and then 30 seconds of a couch stretch each leg. We do this one a lot, you should be familiar with it by now. If you don't have a wall or something to put your leg up against, go ahead and just bring your hand back behind in that lunge and pull that up. Our goal is to not lean forward on these, but to stay upright. That's where we're gonna get that stretch through the hip flexor. Okay, that's it for Tuesday. Thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow.